Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Belinda Sindiso Lioga. I don't know why I said my full name there, but anyway, that's my name and welcome to our YouTube channel. And I've got my co-host with me here.
My name is Rufaro Ruben Lioga, since we're using full names today.
Thank you, babe. And before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you very much to Magenta Experience Center. As you guys can see that we're recording in a different location. So thank you very much for allowing us to record in your space.
And so that kicks us off. So 2025, we kind of disappeared towards the end.
We did.
However, we're here. It's 2026. And to try and kind of take apart how 2025 went and hopefully in the process explain why we disappeared. We're going to answer a couple questions, reflective questions, which will help also hopefully help anyone else who's going through the early stages of marriage or relocation and trying to navigate marriage at the same time. And so I guess, 2025 was a testing year for us. There was a lot of first times and a lot of new things for us. So the starting point, I guess, would be taking a moment to think, what did 2025 teach us?
Oh, that's a deep question.
Gotta
All right, let me think. What
start
did
early on the deep questions.
2025 teach us? Okay. So the first thing that just came to my head is that it taught us to work together as a team. Yeah, because we did face quite a number of challenges and we did manage to sail through because we held on to each other because we've only got each other. Yes, we do have our community around us, but speaking from a marriage point of view, it taught us that we are a team, and regardless of whatever challenge you're going through, you just have to do it together, if that makes sense. Does that answer your question?
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's more of a reflective question, so I don't think there's a good or bad answer.
Okay.
But I would agree with that. 2025 did highlight to us just how much it is just the two of us. Not because we don't have family or anything like that, but just because we had relocated to a new country. We're trying to navigate existing in a new space, creating a new community of our own. And so it definitely was a time where we had to lean on each other. I think 2025 definitely was good for that. And I think from that, I can say that 2025, as far as from my perspective, it helped us with building a better connection and friendship, because we had to find ways to stay connected in the busyness, in everything that was happening. I think my takeaway and my learning of 2025 was how to be a better friend to you and how to cater for your needs better, because it was just the two of us.
That's really good. So if you're to describe 2025 using one word, what would the word be?
One word?
Yes, one word or a phrase.
A phrase would be easier.
Okay,
a word.
Okay, whatever works. A word or a phrase.
Phrase.
You thinking?
Yeah. The first one, which would be very cliches, was a season of growth, which is every year, I think, in marriage. Every year is a season of growth in marriage. I'll tell you that for free.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
I was going to say, even outside of marriage, you're supposed to grow on a constant. So it goes beyond marriage. You should be scared if you're not growing.
True. It is a choice. But I think in marriage, there's less of a choice. Because
you're forced to.
Not only just you're forced to, because you're attached to someone else. And if they're progressing, you have to kind of make sure you're progressing with them. Hence why I would say that it was a season of growth because, again, we're in a new country, new spaces. You're making friends. If I don't make friends, that means I have to now kind of find people to lean on
Yeah.
because you might go out with your friends and I'm just sat at home watching TV, which I'm not a TV kind of guy. So, again, it makes it a bit challenging and difficult in that regard.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I think it's the dynamic is slightly different when you're in a marriage. It kind of, you have to choose growth and you have to constantly choose growth, which I guess is a learning point in itself from 2025 that we chose growth. We didn't move to a new country and choose to stay rooted where we were or rooted in the traditions and kind of choose to keep the circles we had. We chose to grow out of them.
Yeah.
And we chose to grow into new spaces, which, yeah. So I think, yeah.
So I'll take that because you did say that. So the one word that you used to describe 2025 was growth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was to be summarized in a word, yes, it would be growth.
All right. And in my case, I'm going to answer the same question I asked you. I would say that it was a challenging year.
Okay.
And why I would say it was challenging is because as we were talking, I think this was before the camera came on, we're just talking about the fact that 2025 was actually the first year that we're living together in a new country without our family very close to us because you moved December 2024. So we were having to settle in, coming up with new norms and just figuring out the day-to-day because we've got different shifts, we've got different working hours. So it was challenging in the sense that we're trying to settle in, and then there were also life's challenges that came. So that's why I would say that 2025 was a challenging year. And then the fact that you got injured at the end of the year didn't make it any easier.
No, it didn't. It really didn't. I'm laughing, right? Because just before, like she said, off camera, we had a little bit of a debate before we pressed record, which was whether this year was actually challenging or not. And it's interesting how she chose the word challenging, yet moments before this, she was saying that it wasn't a challenging year. But yes, I laugh a little bit. But it's good because I think the two words go hand in hand, challenge and growth.
And growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
Because it's important that if you want to grow, you have to face challenges. And it was good that it was challenging for us, especially as a couple, because it pushed us to lean into each other and then also to lean into our faith, especially in a season where things were uncertain. There were a lot of question marks in terms of employment, because obviously you moved first with a guaranteed job. Then I followed without a guaranteed job. But by the grace of God, both have got jobs a year later.
Yes. Thank God for that.
Yeah. And both jobs are fantastic. They're working well in terms of even just balancing time out. Like you said, we had to figure each other out, figure out the rhythms of our days, and then figure out the common ground within that day to be able to spend time with each other and do the things that were important to us. And so, so it was definitely a challenging year, and it was a year of growth. And I think if I could add another word, am I allowed to add another word?
It's okay. Go for a bonus word for the people.
Bonus word is, technically, it's actually two words. I'm cheating, yeah.
It's all right. I'll take that.
It was compromise and understanding would be two words I would add into that.
And where's this coming from? Why compromise and
understanding?
Yes.
Understanding because of the different rhythms.
Okay.
So your job is challenging different to my job. And therefore, like, I finish work and I need to have a moment to myself and just rest because I work with children. So I need a moment of like calm because it's just chaos up until that point. So I need a moment of calm, get into the house, have a cup of tea, sit down. Most of the time it's spent scrolling through Instagram, which is not the best.
Reels.
Yeah, it's not the best thing, but it gives my my mental a bit of a break.
Yeah, it does.
Before I sit down and then get on with lesson reviews and all these other things.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was the first bit. It was just understanding each other. And then the compromise in the sense that being able to create the space for the other person. I think something that we learned at the end of the year
Yeah.
was that it was important to cater for each other's needs during the downtime. So like weekends when both of us are not working,
Yes.
and creating space for that, for the other person. So like how I like to get out of the house on the weekend. My wife would rather be at home, which is just, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's finding a rhythm that makes us both happy. So accepting that you can step out and we come back at a reasonable hour instead of spending the whole day out, or pick a day when the sun's out and that's the day we go out and make the most of the day and then come back, because I just like being outdoors and I'm not very much a homebody unless I'm working.
And I like that you brought this example up, because as I was just listening to you explaining, I was actually thinking, oh, yes, the weekends. Like you've highlighted that you like to go out, you like to step out. If I could have it my way, I would like to sleep in, listen to music, and all the fun stuff you can do in the house. But there was compromise in the sense that sometimes we could even just go for a walk in the park and then come back home. That was very refreshing for you. And I would compromise in the sense that I would rather be in the house. And what would
Cleaning.
also, sorry?
In the house cleaning.
I'm not cleaning that much these days. Like
these
genuine.
days.
Okay,
That's
so
a fair point. These days, I admit, yes, I accept that. Continue
I'm
your
actually
point,
not
though.
cleaning much these days, and now I've lost my train of thought.
You were talking about the fact that we would compromise. Sometimes we'd go out for a walk, even if it was just a walk in the park, come home, and then in other times it would be stay at home, allow you to be a homebody.
Yeah, and the other thing that made me compromise is the fact that I love you, you're my husband, and in as much as I don't want to step out, I'm getting to spend time with you. So it's a different person that you experience when you're in the house and when you step out, if that makes sense, because it's a different environment. So I would want to experience you outside of the house. So yeah, that was just adding to your point.
Yeah, because I think I'm a lot more fun outside of the house than I am in the house. Because in the house, I'm just, unfortunately, as a man, I'm thinking about all the problems and not the problems, I would say the challenges that we have coming up ahead and what we have to do to try and succumb them as best as possible, at least on our side. And then obviously you hand the rest over to God. But it's just important as a man and the lead of the house to start thinking about these things. You can't just walk into them randomly. You have to have some kind of plan in place. Like the Bible says that as much as man plans, it's God who guides his steps. And in order for him to step in and intervene, you kind of have to plan. So it's difficult to sit in the house for long periods for me because I'm just kind of ruminating on the same problems over and over again.
Yeah. Given that you've highlighted that you're fun or more fun when you're outside compared to when you're indoors, I don't know if I can compare the two, but one thing I can definitely say, and I did tell you this recently, is the fact that I saw a different side of you this year, and it was in the house. Like, you've got this laugh that I had never seen, because it's been 3 years, so I only experienced it in 2025. I'm like, oh, I didn't know your face does that when you laugh. So I experienced a different side of you. So I don't know if I can say you're more fun when you're outside, or maybe you definitely enjoy being outside, but I did experience a different husband, a different layer to you that I didn't know existed.
Yeah, I think that's a thing of maturity and then also just time because of my injury, like we said at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Twisted my knee, which I think still don't know what's wrong with it, but I think I might have done some damage to the cartilage in my knee, and doctor said I should be fine after 2 months of going back and forth to the hospital, getting fluids drained from my knee, and all these other processes that were involved, being late to work on some occasions. But yeah, Yeah, I think it also gave us time, more time than
Together.
we normally would have, because now stuck at home on a Saturday, where normally I'd go and play in a football match, but the team that I played for, it was an hour away, depending on which mode of transport I used. If
Yeah.
I used public transport, it's an hour. If I got a lift with a friend, which was usually the case, it's 30 minutes to get there. And then with post-game analysis,
And all
having
the
a
good
team
stuff.
meal, and then coming back, it would be like another hour. So it was an hour, 30 minutes of not playing time, plus the 90 minutes that I'm meant to be playing. So we're looking at about 3 to 4 hours roughly that I'd be gone for in a day on a Saturday.
Okay. So
Yeah.
definitely that makes sense that we spent more time together. And having said that, what was the highlight for 2025 for you, if any?
There were no highlights. It was all lowlights. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. If there were highlights, I think the highlight to 2025 was gaining an appreciation for who you are.
Okay.
Because, like with the injury, neither of us likes needles.
Yeah.
And we had to inject an
I
anti.
had to inject you. Don't
Hey.
say we had to inject.
No.
I had to
I'm
inject.
storytelling here.
Okay. All right.
We had the challenge of injecting me with an anticoagulant while my knee was in a brace.
Yeah.
Like an anticoagulant for blood,
For
not
the
like
blood, so that it doesn't, to thin the blood.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The science doesn't matter. I was about to get into it, but the science doesn't matter. But long story short, I had to inject myself daily for, I think, how long was it?
Babe, you don't have to inject yourself.
Wait, I'm storytelling.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, go on.
You
Sorry.
see, she doesn't want to be the hero in the story. She wants to start by being the hero.
It's okay.
But the reality is that we have to build up to it. But it's okay. So I had to inject myself, right? And then this amazing woman beside me chose to put her fears aside to inject me for an entire 2 months. I think it was 2 months, just over 2 months. Because it was the whole time I was in a brace.
I think it was 2 months because we went through 3 boxes.
Yeah, 3 boxes. 3 boxes of these injections. And I think there's like 30 in a box. Or is it 20 in a box?
I don't remember the
Can't
number.
remember the number. Anyway, long story short, I think it was a 2-month period. In my mind, it's 2 months. And I'm going to call it 2 months. So for a 2-month period, I was getting injected every day by this woman beside me.
The amazing woman beside you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
I gave that ban already. And so I gained an appreciation for you, a different
Aw.
appreciation for you. And like before, it was like, yeah, you're my wife, blah, blah, blah. But now, because it was just the two of us and you chose to put your fears aside. And I mean, I was not the easiest person to inject. For those of you that haven't seen, you can go see it on Instagram. Have we saved the highlight? We haven't saved the highlight.
I didn't save it, but I did post it.
Oh, it's a post,
I posted it on the story, so it's not there anymore. We can,
we'll make a
always
highlight for
share,
it. But there's points where I was squirming.
It was 8 minutes. And I sent it to the family group. Yeah, it was 8 minutes before I could get the first injection in. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, 8 minutes of me going back and forth of, oh, wait. Okay, I'm ready. No, wait. Yeah. So I gained an appreciation for it. And you waking up at early o'clock, because I leave early, and you'll have come home late, and you waking up to inject me again is crazy work, especially for 30 days. Well, to 60 days.
60, yeah.
But part of that includes weekends, so you'd have to minus those. I can't do math, as you guys know from our other episode. So we're just going to leave it at that. But yeah, it was crazy work for you to wake up and inject me on a regular basis, even after, no matter how tired you were, you'd wake up and you'd still inject me. Purely because I couldn't inject myself. I think the one morning I did try and I got as close as removing the cap.
I remember you didn't want to wake me up. And then you just then nudged me. You're like, babe, I tried. I'm like, it's okay. I think it got to a point where I would low-key inject you sometimes when I was half asleep.
which is
because
crazy.
I was also scared. But if I'm half asleep, I'm just like, grab the fat, which was non existent, by the way, and then I'll just inject and go back to bed. But thank you very much for sharing that. I really do appreciate it. And do I have a highlight for 2025? Yes. I would say the maturing of our marriage or our relationship, because we did have quite a number of hard decisions. Not hard decisions, sorry, hard discussions,
No, okay.
conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our relationship matured because I remember there's a decision that had to be made. So I can actually say that the highlight was the maturity of the relationship and me. Because I remember there's a decision that we had to make, and we're having a back and forth. We still haven't made the decision still. We're having a back and forth so many times. And I like the fact that for the first time, I managed to separate the situation and why I was making the decision that I was making. Like, what is this rooted in? So I got to understand myself better and where I came from, like how I was raised. So I managed to mature in that regard. And our marriage also matured in the sense that we're having the difficult conversations. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So that's my highlight, maturity of the marriage and maturity of myself. And what was the hardest part of 2025? I think we did already touch on that, or did we?
Depends what were you gonna say was the hardest part based on what we've touched on.
For me, definitely the injury. So, yeah, that was the hardest part for 2025. And for yourself, is it the same?
I don't know. Really. To be honest with you, I don't know what was the most difficult part
I think I've actually got an answer for you.
for me.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Let's hear this.
I think the hardest part for 2025 for you was the job hunting.
Elaborate.
Why I say this is because when you're not in a job, it's low key difficult to have a routine because you just lazing around in the house. Yes, you do go to the gym, you're trying to grow your business as well, but it was a tough season, I would say.
It's interesting that you see it that way because I would say I actually was enjoying life a little bit better.
Really?
Yeah, than you
Okay.
perceive it. The only reason I
Okay.
say that is because my day consisted of going to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
job hunting, and playing football. That was literally my entire week. I would wake up,
Mm-hmm.
had 3 training sessions a week of football, 1 gym session with the team, and then my own gym sessions along the side of that. And then in the job hunting phase, I technically had a job as well, which was working for an online coach.
Yes. But
So-
that came later. It came later, like months down the line.
Because the thing is, I was playing football since December. I think I landed to play football.
Yes, because when you landed, I think it was off season. I'm not really sure when you started playing.
Yeah, it was off season. And then as soon as the preseason began, which was
Mhm.
normally second week of January.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's normally
yeah.
about second week of January.
Okay.
Depending on how early, but I think second week of January, third week of January, sometimes it February even, depending on how the team wants to, it's individual to every team. And I think at that time, if I remember correctly, it was like mid to late January that I started training with the team.
Okay.
And so it wasn't too long a period where I was completely idle. And then there was also a Christmas period, there was the New Year's period,
Yeah.
where everything's shut. So even job hunting isn't necessarily a thing you can
Not a
do.
thing.
You can just research jobs and send out CVs, but there's no real pressure.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to see them until they get back from the Christmas and New Year's break. Or the companies that are still open might look at them, but It's very
Nothing
rare that
really.
people recruit in that period.
So, okay, given the fact that you don't agree with that,
It's not that I don't
what,
agree with you.
uh-huh,
It's just that I don't perceive it the same way you do.
the same way I perceived it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So let me throw the question back at you again.
Yeah.
So,
But I can understand why you said what you said, because
okay.
I think you didn't quite, at first, you didn't understand how difficult job hunting was. You gained an appreciation for it towards the end of the year when you then started trying to do some of your own job hunting and seeing how long a process it is to send out a CV
CV,
and tailoring
personalizing it,
and everything.
and
Yeah.
people ghost you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one replying you. So
Yeah.
yeah. So it yeah. Unlike for me, I was content
Okay.
because I was pursuing the things that give me joy. Like, if you know the book
Yeah.
Ikigai.
Your Ikigai.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is like health and exercise. Like, I love
Yeah.
doing those things. Like, as
You
much as
doing that thing, sorry, you doing that thing that I recently discovered, or that you started showing me when you laugh. I don't know what happens with your lips. I like it. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
so maybe that's when I'm happiest. Yeah, so
Sorry.
I was exercising on a regular basis. I was trying to create programs for, at the time, my one client. um,
Yeah.
and I was playing football. Like, there was nothing more that could make me happier because I was doing the one thing I loved, and I was doing it on a regular basis, which was playing football.
Okay.
And I was helping others get to their goals while also pursuing my own health and fitness goals. So, yeah, no, it was 2 clients. It wasn't one, it was 2. Because I started off with one, which I had transferred from Zim with, but then I got another one this side. So
Oh,
my 2
yes.
clients that was
Your 2
helping.
clients.
Yeah. And they were making progress in their spheres. I was making progress in my sphere. It's just that income wasn't at the levels we would have
We
liked
wanted it to be
yeah,
at.
to be at.
Okay.
Because I don't think, yeah, that's why I think for me it wasn't too stressful, because I was bringing some income in, but at the same time I was also doing what I enjoyed most,
Okay.
which was playing football, which has been, I think, so if you were to ask me that question, what was the most difficult thing? I think it's been giving up football has been the most challenging
Okay.
thing of 2025 for me personally. Because it has,
I can take that
yeah,
because it's your Ikigai,
yeah,
if
it's
I
my,
can say.
yeah, it's my Ikigai, 1, and 2, also it's given me, it would give me an outlet and time away from you, which sounds harsh to say that, but
No,
every
it's
relationship
needed.
needs
Yeah.
space for the individuals to find themselves and root themselves down. And yeah, so I think that was the most challenging bit at first. It was the knee injury, then not having football anymore, which I still don't have because my knee isn't 100% and I still can't, do most of the things I need to be able to play a football match. But I think in trying to get back to playing football, it's helped with finding peace. So yeah, so it's not really an us answer, but it does affect us because obviously you got to see the downsides of it. You got to experience me going through a season of change that I didn't welcome and I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like you said, injecting me, having to wake up to do the injections and stuff. It was an interesting period. I think that was the most challenging period, in my opinion.
Okay. So the 2 actually tie in together. The 2 points that we've highlighted as being the hardest for 2025, because for me it was you getting injured, and you getting injured resulted in you not playing soccer. So the 2 are related. Okay. That's fine then.
So yeah, I guess that leaves us with the last thing to cover, which is what are you looking forward to in 2026? And this is separate from what we've discussed, of course.
Okay, definitely. There's a lot that we're looking forward to be honest, given the fact that for the first time in our marriage, we've actually created a vision board. We got inspiration from our friends. So, yes, thank you to Eleanor and Ash. So we got a vision board. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that we are looking forward to, that we praying towards getting. So without sharing too much, obviously, what's on our vision board, I'm looking forward to achieving what's on our vision board. And I'm looking forward to the growth, because the things that we have on our vision board are going to require some growth and discipline. So growth is a continuous thing in marriage, if I can say. And this reminds me of something that I once heard, that you should be scared if you married to the same person that you got married to years ago, as in they're not growing.
Yes, to help you out in the sense that I think I remember you sharing this quote with me. It was the fact that you should be worried if you're married to the same person 5 years later than you were when you first got married.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. So, yes, I'm looking forward to the growth that's going to come with us achieving what we've put on our vision board. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. What are you looking forward to?
Good question. I posed it. Now it's been bounced back to me. I have no answer.
I'll give you time to think.
2026. Obviously, the vision board is something that is definitely something that I think as a couple we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
As you've highlighted, it will grow us, it will challenge us, and therefore it will stretch us, which will stretch our faith, and therefore will grow us ultimately. I don't know if I can say I look forward to a challenge, because, it's never easy and it's never a comfortable time. But if there's something I'm looking forward to in 2026, it's navigating the year with a steady footing and seeing what we can achieve with the steady footing, as opposed to trying to find the first rung on the ladder, which is where we were last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're at a stage where we had to try and find the first step.
Now we found the first step.
Yeah, and now it's like you said, the vision board is a natural consequence of us taking that first step.
Yeah.
Because now we've got an idea as to where we would like to go. And so I think it's exciting to be able to be at the beginning with a footing and an idea of where to go. As to how that will turn out, that's in God's hands. Like you said, we're praying about it. It's on the vision board. But it's different when you step onto the start line.
Okay.
And you have equipment to run the race.
Yeah. You've got the spikes.
Yeah.
You've got what else you need for running? It's
just the spikes,
and
really.
The speed.
The speed, which, you've been training for.
Yeah.
Which technically 2025 was training for us as a couple.
Yeah.
So just being at the start line with being better equipped, better prepared, I think in itself is something that I look forward to.
Okay. And as we're just explaining, I just remembered when we moved, somebody said this to me, that when you relocate, you need to be patient with yourselves. The settling in, the building, that didn't sound correct. English. The settling in and the building of a community, it's going to take time. And you have to be patient with yourself, and you have to give yourself grace. And job hunting is not easy. You're not going to get a job in the first month or the second month. So just be patient with yourself, to be honest. I think, I'm just dropping names and shout outs today. It was Faith. Yes, it was Faith. Thank you very much for that. I've really held on to that word. She did share that with me, that just be patient with yourselves when you relocate. And to any other couple out there, that's a word for you. Be patient with yourselves. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, it's not. And that was pretty much why we ended up not recording anything at the end of 2026, because life got hectic. thanks
That's
to the
true.
injury and everything that happened towards the end of the year.
I just couldn't be bothered to sit behind a camera, to be honest. That was the last thing on my mind.
I wouldn't say I wasn't bothered. It was just, it was
wasn't.
challenging to find the emotional capacity to sit in front of the camera.
We don't have the capacity.
We don't have the capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was kind of the learnings we got from 2025. And as we highlighted, the end of the year was a bit of an interesting end to the year because we didn't anticipate it, and then going on holiday to just trying to, unwind, relax, and reset, which also helped. So then again, we also kind of maybe were selfish with our time and took some time for ourselves. But yeah, we're back in 2026.
Definitely.
Having learned new lessons and hopefully being able to give more insights into marriage, more wholesome insights into marriage, because you grow.
We're growing, definitely.
Yeah. And so that's pretty much it. And if you guys enjoyed this, if you liked the vibe, and
We're vibing.
Yeah, we're vibing because the young people of today, it's all about vibes. If you enjoyed the vibe, if you enjoyed the conversation and you learned something from it, do give it a follow. Subscribe. I say follow. Does it follow or subscribe? It's subscribe because it's YouTube, isn't it?
Subscribe.
Yeah, so subscribe on YouTube. Follow our Instagram where we will try and post regular updates and little snippets from things like this as well. If you can't be bothered to sit here for 40 minutes, because I know the videos do tend to go for quite a while. But yeah, put it on the background. Let it run again if you didn't enjoy it. Hopefully give it a second chance. But yeah.
If not, it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
It's
But yeah. And on the screen, you'll see links to some of the other stuff that we're doing or we have done. I say we are doing. It's not like we're doing it. We've done it.
Yeah.
So some of the videos we have already. And so we'll see you next time.